Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I want to discuss all my reading goals for 2022. I am big on goal setting because I just have this thing. If I set a goal, I have to make it come true. I have to hit it. That's just how I am. And so reading is a huge part of my life, and so I want to set goals for 2022, come in with a plan, and hopefully by the end of the year I get there. But this is a great video because Audible is sponsoring it. Audible is a place where you can listen to audiobooks at any time, whenever you want to listen to them. I love listening to audiobooks when I am in the gym, when I am working out. It's an easy way to get some of my reading in. This month I have been reading Tessa Bailey's It Happened One Summer. I am loving the audiobook. I breeze right through them. The best thing about Audible for me is they're going to have what you're looking for. A lot of other places that offer audiobooks, it's a search. You got to look up and down. Not Audible. Audible is going to have what you're looking for. Audible has its Plus catalog. If you do not know about Audible's Plus catalog, let me put you on. Audible's Plus catalog has audiobooks, sleep regimens, workout routines, podcasts, all types of things that you are looking for. That's what I love about Audible. It offers more than just audiobooks. There are so many other things that you can implement into your life. And I know you have reading goals too, and Audible can help you achieve those reading goals. So if you would like to try Audible, go to audible.com/Kenya, or you can text 500-500 and put Kenya, and you can get a free month of Audible. Every month, Audible gives you a free book when you pay for your membership. But if you are a new member, you can get a 30-day free trial, which comes with a free book. So, Audible, thank you so much for sponsoring today's video, and let's get on into it. Okay, so I am setting some reading goals this year. Usually, I'm not very big on reading goals. I'm not very big on setting up parameters for myself because I feel like it's too, it doesn't really fit my vibe when it comes to reading. I have a lot of fun reading, but I'm a different person this year because I actually have things that I want to accomplish this year with my reading. I did not love my reading year last year, and so I want to love my reading. I want to get to the end of the year and be like, I read the books I wanted to read. I read more than just the books that I wanted to read. I really did what I wanted to do when it came to my reading. And so I have goals. I have goals that I want to set, things that I want to hit. Now, usually I always do my Goodreads goal. Last year, my Goodreads goals was 50 books. This year, my Goodreads goal is 100 books. As you're watching this video, I've already read 10 books this month, so I'm doing good this month. Let's hope we keep it going for the rest of the year. We'll see. So my first reading goal is to read a wider variety of books. I am a romance girl. I'm going to remain a romance girl. I am currently writing a romance novel. I love romance. I'm a romance girl, and I want a majority, 70% of the books that I read this year, I would like for them to be romance books. We have some good romance books on the docket this year that are coming out that I would love to get to. I have romance books on my bookshelf I want to get to, but I do not want to only be a romance reader. I would like to branch out a little bit this year. I have kind of always told myself I read romance and that's pretty much it. I might dabble in a few other things, but I want to do more than just dabble. I want to be a well-rounded reader this year. So I'm going to get into some fantasy. I am going to see if there is some fantasy that I enjoy. I am also going to be heavier on thrillers. I only read about 10 thriller books last year. I would like to make that 10 about 30 this year. And yeah, I'm really going to try to get into fantasy, and I'm going to really try to become like a thriller girl. Maybe a couple lit contemporaries. We'll see. We'll see if any of my favorite lit contemporary people are putting out books. But another thing, not only do I want to be big in thrillers, general fiction. I want to read some more general fiction, just a story, like not a romance, not a thriller, not a fantasy, just a story, just a contemporary fiction story. I would like to read more of that this year. I've already read I've already read 3 of those this month, so I'm doing good with that, and I want to continue to do good with that. The next goal that I have this year is to read more Kindle Unlimited. For my birthday, a Kindle, and I haven't been using it to the best of its abilities. I need to read more Kindle Unlimited romances. I want to be big in the Kindle Unlimited world, and I want to use my Kindle more, so I stopped buying so many physical books. So I really want to read more Kindle Unlimited romances, see what Kindle Unlimited really has to offer, really see my resources. Like, I want to be able to come to you at the end of the year and say I read about 15 Kindle Unlimited romances. That's not a lot for a lot of people, but for me, that would be a good thing to read. I counted all the books I had on my bookshelf. For the next goal, I counted every single book that I have on my bookshelf. I have about 320 books that I own. That's a problem because I can't buy any more. I can't buy any more books. I'm going to try to read most of the books on my bookshelf this year. I want a majority of my reading to be books that I already own. I do not want to buy any more books until I start reading the books that I have here. So far this year, in the 10 books that I've read, 7 of them are already books that I own. 3 of them were books that I hadn't owned already, and I'm proud of that number. I want to start eating through my bookshelf. I made a goal to myself. I want to go through and at least physically touch every single book on my bookshelf this year that I have not read and ask myself, Kenya, do you want to read this book? And so I know when it's time to do my unhaul at the end of the year. I went through, I decided I wasn't going to read you this month, and you know what? You can go. Because so many of my books, I don't know if that made sense, but so many of my books just sit there. They just sit there. I never even ask myself if I want to read them. And because I haven't read them, I let them stick around. I don't want, I want another goal of mine. I want my bookshelf to either be filled with books I'm very excited to read, or 4 or 5 star rated books that I already read and gave 4 to 5 stars. That's what I want my bookshelf to be. 4 to 5 star reads, or books that I haven't read yet, or books that I plan on rereading. That is it. So books that probably could be better upon further reflection. That's it. Everything else, mediocre reads, books that I'm not excited to read, they can go. They can really go, because my process is not fluent enough. Like, I'm not getting one in, one out. Like, it's becoming a lot. Like, when I'm starting to get overwhelmed with the amount of books, I didn't realize I had so many books. I thought I had 150 books, y'all. Maybe it's because I just, like, visually it doesn't add up to me, but I didn't know I had this many. Some gotta go. Some gotta go. I can't keep going to Barnes & Noble and finding every book that I think is cute. Some stuff has to go. The next thing is, I want to stop buying physical books. I want to stop buying as many physical books today. Like I just said, I want my bookshelf to just be the books that I loved, books that I haven't read yet, and books that I think need further inspection, ones that I need to look through a little bit more, spend some more time with. And that means that I don't need to continue to buy physical books. And that's where Audible, the sponsor of this video, can come in. I can go to the library. They don't need to sit on my bookshelf. Books that I'm like, I might like this, I don't need to buy it. If I don't know I'm going to love a book, if I don't think I'm going to love a book, I don't need to purchase it, because I don't have any room. I don't have any room. I have books back there, and you would think, can you have a little bit more room? I have books downstairs. Like, I have bookshelves downstairs in my kitchen and living room that I fill up with books as well. Like, if I brought all of my books in here, they wouldn't be able to fit on these 4 shelves I have behind me, and that's a problem. And that's a problem, because I know over 300 books can fit on these shelves, and so they're full. So, like, and also, the next thing is, I don't want a dated bookshelf. I want to start filtering the books out. I want to start getting rid of stuff that's just not my vibe anymore, and keeping books that are. If something doesn't have a sentimental value to me, and I'm also never going to reread it, it can go. Like, stuff can go. Like, I don't want my book, even though I don't plan on buying a lot of books this year, I don't want a dated bookshelf where it's just like, okay, frozen in time, this is going to be my bookshelf forever. No, I want to cultivate a better bookshelf. So I want my bookshelf to just be of, just like I said, like, getting new books in, but getting rid of the old. That's what this year is going to be about. Getting rid of a lot of these. I don't need a lot of these. I don't. I think like, okay, of the 320 books I have up there, I probably read about 150 of them. Of the 320 books I own, 200 are not going anywhere. 200 are not going anywhere. But 150 of them can go. 150 of them can go. 150 of them I can read through and give them another home. So now I can bring in more books. You get what I'm saying? There's just like, I read 10 books this month, right? And already 2 of them I can get rid of. Two of them I can get rid of. 2 of them can go. And that's good. So as I continue to do that, as I continue to read, and some of them I don't even have to read to know that they can go. I've been looking at my bookshelf. A few books I know I don't need to read, and they can go. So like if I did an unhaul right now, I could unhaul 20 books right now. 20 books right now could go. 20 books right now could go. So I'm good with that. I want to get into horror. I want to get into horror books. I've been scared to get into horror books. I'm not devil worshiper, Satanist, like sacrificing this. That's not my gig, I think. But I think I can get into it. I think I can dip my toe into horror. I want to find what type of horror books really fit me. I don't think fantasy is ever going to be for me. But I think horror can become a genre, even though I want to read more fantasy. I think horror can become a genre I really can dip my foot in. And when I say I want to read more fantasy books, I mean like 2. I don't read fantasy at all. I haven't read a fantasy book since I was a kid. I mean like 2. I mean like 2. And it's 2 that everyone says they like. So maybe like I'm not doing a lot. I'm never going to be a fantasy girl. I will never have respect for the fantasy genre. Sorry. But I want to at least be like, I read it. And there's that. Just to say I read it. Because I don't hate everything. The next thing is, so a couple years ago, if you follow me on Patreon, I started a book club called Lily Reads. And if anyone has ever had a book club, they know how hard it is to run a book club. Sometime this year, we're going to try to bring that back. Sometime this year, it's just so hard because I have to not only get the book, then I want to give away money for people to buy the book. And then I have to find a time for us to sit on Zoom and talk about the book. And so with that being said, then you have to come up with like talking points for the book. It's like being a teacher. It's like being a full-blown professor. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I have a life. I have a life. So I have to read the book, make sure everyone who wants to have the book has the book. It's a lot. It's a lot. But it's so rewarding because I was an English major in college. I miss that community. I miss reading chapters, coming into class and just talking about what you read. Even the most uninteresting books, I enjoy talking about them with people. And I miss that. I miss that a lot. So I would like to start that back up. And I think my book club could be different than any other book club that's out right now. We don't have to take ourselves too seriously. Like, it could be a lot of fun. I feel like, I don't know. Next, I want to stop reading popular books. I want to become, like I said, I want to become a curator. I want to become someone who, like, knows what's cutting edge. I want to become someone in reading who knows the up-and-coming authors, the person who knows, like, sleeper picks. That's what I read nothing but popular books. I don't have the time. I don't have the time to be hunting, searching, If you say a book is good, I'm going to go read it. But I want to become that. I want to stop reading such popular books. And that's where, like, getting into other genres, getting into other types of books, getting into certain types of authors, that's what I want to do. Like, I want to go to my library, go into the horror section, and just pick a book. Go on Audible, see that there's an audio book of something I've never heard of, and just listen to it. Let's see how it goes. Just see how it goes, you know? That's what I want to do. The next thing is, think a little deeper about books. Be more thoughtful when it comes to book reviews and be more thoughtful when it comes to my readings. I can butcher a book. Like, if I don't enjoy a book, I have things to say. But there's a way to say those things in a more thoughtful way, in a more intentional way. And I want to do that. That's why I say, even though there might be books that I don't give the best of reviews, I want to go back and revisit it and see something I missed. For example, we'll talk about this and the video you guys will see after this, but Riley Sager's Lock Every Door. I gave 3 out of 5 stars. People I respect have given this book amazing reviews. And I know I need to read it again to really, so there gotta be something I missed. Something like people, because like, I don't think so highly of myself that I just think these people have no taste. No, there's something I miss. But let me try it again and see if there's something I miss. So that's what I mean by just thinking deeper about books. People put a lot of work into books. The least I can do is read them thoughtfully. The next thing, I only want to read when I want to. I only want to read when so I have this thing where I'm reading at least 10 pages a day every day. There's times I go days without reading books, believe it or not. I go days without reading books. And I want to pick up my book every single day and start reading 10 pages at least. And if I'm 10 pages in and I don't want to read no more, stop. Just stop. But if I'm 10 pages in and I want to keep reading, this is a day that I want to read. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to read when I don't want to. I don't want to have to force myself to like, okay. Like, let's do this. I don't want to do that. Next one is stop being influenced by others. That goes by stop reading popular books. I will see someone's review of a book and be like, don't need to read that no more. That's a big reason why I can get rid of 20 books on my bookshelf right now, because I'm like, somebody told me it was bad. And it's like, Kenya, don't worry about, like, even sometimes I'll want to give a book a bad review. For example, my Colleen Hoover video. People love Ugly Love. People love the book Ugly Love. People I respect love Ugly Love. And I despise that book. And I thought about that book more than I should, because I think to myself, what did I miss? I already given it away, so I can't go reread it. But, like, what did I miss? Like, what am I missing about that book? And it's like, it's not for you. It's okay for something not to be for you. Like, you don't have to, like things because other people like them. Anyways, that's the end of this. Also, the next thing, my last one for this video. I want to read more books in different mediums. So I want to read audiobooks. I want to check out books from the library. I want to read on Kindle. I want to read PDF files. I want to read books all over the place. I don't only want to read physically. I want to really, like, broaden the way that I read books this month and just really become a more well-rounded reader. I think a big part of me not enjoying my reading year is more so on me last year than it is on everyone else. I didn't do the right things I needed to do to really enjoy my reading year, because, like, I didn't put in the work. Like people are writing good books and I gotta go find them. That just is what it is. Like, some books are always going to be popular and those aren't working for you. But if something's not working for you and you're not doing something to change it, that's who do you have to blame? And so I didn't love my reading year last year. Didn't feel like I had excellent reads. So it's time to switch some things up, and that's what I'm doing. I'm switching some things up this year. Audible, thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. If you guys would like to see more of me, hit me up on Patreon, which is As Told by Kenya. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next one.